Hey guys, welcome back for some long overdue deep cleaning motivation. There were some areas of my house that were just absolutely disgusting and were desperately needing some attention. Some rooms in my house that had just gotten so out of control that they weren't just messy, but they were actually dirty. And I've also noticed that my family is experiencing really bad allergies this year. So I wanted to take control of our air quality in partnership with Clean Force and do my best to minimize on those respiratory irritants that are just floating around the house. So I'm going to share all of this with you today, and I hope that you are ready. This is a kind of nasty, kind of embarrassing, but very satisfying cleaning video. So give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you aren't already, and we're going to jump into it by cleaning out my living room because it desperately needs it. I decided to completely clear out the living room just because it has been piled high with so much stuff for so long. Every time that I declutter, I bring everything in here. There's just been packages in here, and we've been wearing our shoes throughout the house since we don't have the flooring in the kitchen still, and I don't want anybody to get hurt or get splinters. So these carpets have just taken a beating, and it was time to just go ahead and give it a really good vacuum. And while I was doing that, I was noticing that there was not only so much embedded in the carpets themselves, but also on all of the baseboards and especially in our entryway right at our front door. There was so much debris that had been tracked in from outside, so much dog fur because we do have pets, and just all sorts of nastiness that I have just been ignoring or neglecting or not noticing. Either way, I know it's 100% my fault. I should keep up with this more, but I finally just vacuumed it all up, and then I took my Jaws hardwood cleaner, sprayed down all of the baseboards and the wall, and did my very best to get everything as clean as possible. There were a bunch of spatters on this wall in particular that I had just assumed were paint spatters from when we painted the walls, and much to my surprise, they actually came up as I was scrubbing them with the microfiber cloth. So I'm not sure if it really was paint or if it was something else, but I was a little bit embarrassed even just sitting there by myself. I was like, I cannot believe that I haven't even attempted to wipe this up because I was just assuming that it was paint when clearly it was some kind of nastiness. Allergy season seems to hit my family so hard every single year, and of course there are things that I can do to cut down on the amount of allergens in our home, like dusting regularly and vacuuming, but the truth of the matter is that we live outside of city limits, so there's a lot of dust and allergens just in the area that we live. We're also pet owners, so we could use a little bit of help with our indoor air quality control, so I decided to try out the Clean Force Rainbow Series air purifier, and initially I was drawn to this model because of the affordable price point without sacrificing the customer experience. I love that it's smart controlled. There's a very user-friendly app to set schedules, reminders, and notifications and check on your air quality. It also takes voice command and is Alexa compatible if that's something that you look for. But most impressive is the large coverage area and the triple filter technology. So this Rainbow Series will filter the air of up to 2,500 square feet of space per hour and has has triple filter technology, including a pre-filter that collects large objects like hair, pollen, pet dander, and lint, and then a medical-grade HEPA filter that traps 99.9% of particles, dust, and viruses, and then an activated carbon filter to absorb smoke, cooking and pet odors, and VOCs. But my favorite thing about it is how quiet it is. I don't even notice when it's running, but even on the highest setting, it's just like pleasant white noise. So I'm going to give you a full demonstration. The Rainbow Series air purifiers come in 5 different colors to match any design aesthetic. We do have the cool gray tone, and I love it. It's super modern and sleek and just nestles into any room in our house so seamlessly. I also love that it's portable, it's on wheels, so I can move it around the house. It's very quiet, but also super efficient, and I can check on its efficiency levels, get notifications whenever the filter needs to be changed, and I'm just really impressed with the overall experience of this CleanForce air purifier. So I would highly recommend. CleanForce does offer 24-hour order processing, a 30-day free return policy, 24/7 customer support, a 2-year product warranty, and they have a 100% customer satisfaction rating. So if you want to try them out for yourself risk-free, I will have the links down in my description box for you to order yours today. And thanks so much to CleanForce for sponsoring today's video. We decided that the bookcase that we used to have here next to the couch was just a little bit too bulky, especially with our new entryway table, which you'll see a little bit later on in this video. So we have this black table here, and I thought it would fit perfectly, but then it ended up being a little too wide. So this will not be its permanent home, but I wanted to ask you guys, what should I put here? Because I don't feel like I can just leave it empty, but I also don't feel like a console table is the right thing. So should I just be putting like a small little bench or maybe a shoe organizer, like one of those ones that leans up against the wall and you don't actually know that it's a shoe organizer, or maybe like a little side table? I don't know. I just really need some help because I'm unsure of what we should do to fill this space. It's always been such an awkward little area in our home, and we don't know what we want here, but we know that we don't want anything bulky. So if you have any recommendations or any suggestions for what you would do with this little entryway area, please leave them down in the comments. But anyway, once I had finished putting this room back together, I felt so good about it. It was so relieving to finally have this done after months of this room just being in complete disorganization and chaos. And now we're going to move on to cleaning out our regular air filter for our HVAC system, which is honestly the cleaning task that sparked this entire video. Look at how gross this air filter is. I could not believe it. Especially I couldn't believe it because these are the more expensive ones. So since we do live outside of city limits and we are pet owners, I try to buy like the best filters that I possibly can for our HVAC system. And they're often like $23 to $26 a piece. And the packaging says that they last 3 months, but honestly, in our house, we're lucky if they even make it to 2 months before they start looking like that. I don't know if it's just the area we live in or what I could possibly be doing wrong, but they look this way every single time that I change them, and we collect so much dust in addition to what's around the filter. It like seeps through the vents, and I feel like it's not effective at all, especially for the price point. It's a little bit infuriating. So it's another reason why I'm so excited to have the air purifier for like our entire house. It has made such a difference already. We are all feeling it. The air feels cleaner. We're having way less allergy symptoms and respiratory issues, and it's also way more eco-friendly in my opinion. When I was looking through trying to make product selections and like decide which purifier I wanted to try, I was looking at maintenance as well as the initial price point. I feel like that's something that not a lot of people consider when they are making these kinds of purchases, but it's definitely something that I think about, especially with my experience of buying air filters previously. So I loved that the Rainbow Series air filters only have to be changed out every 6 months, and it's $76 for the replacement filters, so twice a year you have to spend that, which is much more affordable than the $26 every 30 to 60 days that I have been spending just to keep my HVAC system properly filtered, which doesn't even feel like it's proper because, oh my gosh, look at this. But anyway, I had vacuumed up as much dust as I could, and then I wanted to use a disinfecting spray and get in between all of the grates and just everything that was so nasty. Initially, I tried using a microfiber cloth, but that was tearing into my fingernails and just giving me the heebie-jeebies. So eventually I switched to using this like little cleaning brush thing, and that did the job way better than just trying to use this cloth and spray. Okay, just take a look at this before and after. It's seriously too satisfying not to include it here for you guys, but look at how dirty this was and now how clean it is. I can actually see the filter through the vents for the first time and I don't even know how long. But anyway, we are going to move on to using these Mr. Clean thin erasers. I found them at Target a while back and I love them for scrubbing up all of the doors and light switches and like the doorknob areas that get fingerprints and nastiness built on them. And I wanted to do a couple of shots here, one where you're kind of far away and it looks like I'm just cleaning a clean door, right? And then show you up close how nasty this really is, just to serve as a little reminder that you can never believe the things you see on social media. So sometimes you might watch a video and think, why is she cleaning a clean house? Or, you know, comparing your real life and your real messes to the things you see on screen and not realizing that the lighting totally washes it out and you're not seeing the reality of what's actually there. So I know that that can really be detrimental to some people's mental health and make you feel like you're not keeping up the way that you should, or give you all kinds of mom guilt and shame. And I'm just here to remind you that that stuff is not real life. Real life has fingerprints and messes and dirty areas, and that's totally fine. We are all the same. So try not to get caught up in the comparison game and thinking that your real life doesn't measure up to somebody else's highlight reel, because that really is all that social media is a highlight reel. And sometimes we all need that little reminder. So I hope that there's someone out there who needed to hear this and can appreciate that little dose of reality and encouragement today. Okay, so we're gonna move on to one more really nasty space in my house, and then that's all that I could stomach for this day. So let me show you some before shots of our oven. I don't know what spilled in here or how long it's been, but clearly it's been a while and really needed to be cleaned out. So I'm gonna start it on the self-clean mode, and then I'm gonna come back and scrub it. So the self-clean mode on our oven basically cooks the oven grease at a super high temperature for like 4 hours, and then when it's done, you're left with this like ash and debris. So I went in with the small attachment of my vacuum cleaner and vacuumed up as much as I possibly could. It did cook off the majority of that really large spill or stain or whatever it was, and there were quite a few crumbs and things that had fallen into this bottom portion of the oven. We have kind of like a double oven situation going on, and when we first bought this appliance, I loved it. That was a selling feature for me, but now I hate it. But anyway, we're gonna go in with this Scrub Daddy Power Paste. I swear by this. It is the miracle cleaning product. It comes with a sponge that I always keep separate so I don't use it for dishes. And then the scrubbing paste that I'm pretty sure is baking soda based. But either way, whatever ingredients are in there, it does claim to be natural and non-toxic, but still being abrasive, but safe also for like ceramic coatings and things like that. I've never had it scratch or ruin anything, definitely, and I feel like it's always a gamble if you're using a chemical-based cleaning product. So it's been really safe for the inside of my oven and anything else that I've used it on, but it's also very efficient. It does a great job. In this bottom oven part, I almost never use this, which is why I don't like the double oven situation. I basically just like cut out most of the space and gave myself a miniature oven. I don't know why I don't use this part, but I don't really. I only use the top, which is why it's the dirtiest. So the bottom part was pretty easy to clean. This top part required a lot more scrubbing, and I think I'm going to have to go a second round, but I just did not have the energy to do it on this day. So I'm going to scrub it out as best as I can, scrub the oven door, and show you the before and afters, which definitely are very satisfying. It got up a majority of the mess and spills and nastiness that were here, but it definitely needs a second round. And I'm a little bit worried that it might not work and I might need to use a chemical-based product, which I don't think I've ever done before. Like, I've never even purchased Easy Off. So if you have an alternative or tried and true method that gets your oven looking brand new every single time, please leave those recommendations down in the comment section for me. I would love to read through them and try them out, because I would really prefer to avoid using Easy Off, but it might just be like the only thing that I can do, unfortunately. So here is how my oven is looking after just one scrub session with that power paste. And as nasty as it was in the beginning, I would say that this does a really, really good job. Definitely one of my holy grail cleaning products. I'll always recommend it and leave it linked in the description box for you. Also linked in the description box is going to be the Clean Force Rainbow Series air purifier. So if you are somebody who struggles with allergies, you're a pet owner, or you're just wanting to take better care of the air quality within your home, look no further than Clean Force. This Rainbow Series is seriously like my new favorite thing. So I'll leave all of the links down in the description box for you. But anyway, that is going to wrap up today's video. I hope that you all enjoyed and that this was really satisfying and super motivating. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you in the next one.